Hello and welcome to British Literature. It is the spring 2024 semester. My name's John. I'll be your teacher. This semester's kind of weird because our first class meeting should be on Monday, but Monday's a holiday. Our next meeting is not really a meeting at all. It's an asynchronous Wednesday, which means you'll work independently. So I figured this video would help get you started. So you're looking at our course here in Brightspace. I'll just walk you through a few things that'll help get you moving in the right direction. At the top of the page here, you got the course announcement. Keep up with this thing every week. This is where I will let you know what's been graded and what's coming up due. So check this thing every single week. You got a Start Here module. That's a good place to start. I'd say go in there and click through and read everything that's in there. Then you get a syllabus module here. The syllabus is the most important document in any class. So pull that thing up and read it from top to bottom and make sure you understand everything in there. And if you don't understand something in there, let me know ASAP so I can clarify. I'll go over a little bit of this syllabus in a minute in this video, but I'm not going to go over everything. It's up to you to read that thing from start to finish. There's a module here full of Brightspace resources. If you're struggling with something here in Brightspace, the best thing to do is check this module first. You don't find the answer there, Google it. If you don't find your answer there, contact IT. I've got a Brit Lit reading list. I'll go over this in just a moment. You'll write one essay in the class. Here's the module. That thing won't be due until the end of the semester, so I'm not going to bother looking at it right now. It's the first week of class. We don't have to worry about that essay until somewhere around week 10. And we'll be working together for 16 weeks. So notice, I've got your weekly modules all laid out. They're labeled very, very clearly, so there's never any confusion. And then the semester ends on a final exam. So the final exam module is there at the end. All right, I'm going to let you look at the Start Here module on your own. I'm going to pull up the syllabus. I'm not going to go over this document in too much detail. I want you to read it from start to finish on your own. You'll take a quiz on it. That's what you'll be doing this week, and I'll show you that quiz in a moment. But let's go ahead and pull this document up. So this is a contract between you and me, teacher and student. I'll let you know what to expect from the semester. For example, the class meets in person on Mondays in room 403 from 2 to 3:20 p.m. Then on Wednesdays, you'll work independently from wherever you want, the comfort of your own home or wherever you feel comfortable, and you will have assignments due by 3:20 p.m. But you don't have to meet with me. You don't have to log in and interact with me remotely or anything. You just get to work on your own independently on Wednesdays. So Mondays, we work together on campus, room 403. Wednesday, you work on your own. My name is John. I have no problem with you calling me John. I've got an office on campus. It's 201Q. If you ever need to get in touch with me, the best way to do that is right here in Brightspace. Scroll up, click on this envelope in the upper right-hand corner, and send me an email. You will get a fast reply. I've got an Outlook email address, but that inbox is just loaded with thousands of emails from the college. So if you send me an Outlook email, it'll probably get lost in the shuffle. You'll never get a reply. But only students can reach me in Brightspace. So if you email me in Brightspace, you'll get a fast reply. Here are my office hours. If these don't work for you, it's not the end of the world. We can meet before or after class or some other time. You just email me in Brightspace with a time that works for you, and we'll find a way to make that work. You can read the course description on your own. There is no textbook. You can read the outcomes on your own. Course schedule. Everything will be dated very, very clearly in Brightspace. There'll never be any question. I date all of my assignments so you know exactly the time and date that something's due. Now, this big chunk of text here, it would take me forever to go through all this. I'm going to let you read this on your own. And this is an important chunk of text here, so you're definitely going to want to read this stuff. And if you have any questions about anything in here, message me, email me in Brightspace right away so that I can clarify. Here's how your grade will be broken down so you know exactly what you'll be doing in the next 16 weeks and how much it'll count. There is an attendance policy. You want to read this and make sure you understand it early on in the semester. There's a thing here on academic integrity, diversity, equity, inclusion, the Student Success Center, and academic adjustments for students with disabilities. You read that stuff as it applies to you. All right, let's head back in and let's take a look at some of the other materials in this course. Let's look at the Brit Lit reading list. Now, I put this together knowing that probably nobody in this class is majoring in British literature. Probably nobody's even majoring in English. Most of you are probably majoring in something else and you're required to take a literature class. And I kept that in mind, and instead of assigning really long, painful texts to read, I tried to select shorter texts that are a little more easy to digest but still give you a glimpse of what the era was like. For example, the Anglo-Saxon period, I could have grabbed Beowulf. That thing is tens of thousands of lines long. I mean, it just goes on forever. And that would have been painful. Nobody would read it. Nobody would learn anything. So instead, I grabbed Caedmon's Hymn and Bede's Death Song. These things are really short, but they still give you an idea of what oral literature was like and the way it was recorded by the church in later eras. And so we can get the job done without doing all of the heavy reading. Besides, you probably read Beowulf in high school at some point. You don't really need to read it again. We scroll down here and we've got a little bit of Chaucer, but I've got an excerpt and it's translated to modern English. And instead, we will look at somebody who Chaucer probably borrowed from, Marie de France. And you'll see her Cock and Foxtail is a very short, kind of clever little poem to read. Take you 5 minutes to read it. And I think it'll make Chaucer, which you probably read in high school, a little bit more meaningful in retrospect. There is one long text on this syllabus, and it is Hamlet. It's one of my favorite works of literature. I had to include it. We'll take several weeks to go over it because it is so long, and I'll make it worth your while. I'll make the midterm on Hamlet. That way, you're going to read one big, long, heavy thing, but it'll be worth your time because the midterm exam will be about Hamlet, and the questions won't be very hard if you did the reading. Anyway, we scroll down and you can see the theme here is you got 2 selections from each era, and they're not very long. So this isn't the kind of class that you need to be terrified of and figure you're going to have to spend 6, 7, 8 hours reading every night. That's not the kind of class it is. It's just a quick introduction to the major periods in British literature. Okay, so next let's take a look at the week 1 module because we won't be meeting on the Monday and you got some stuff due on the Wednesday, so let me get you set up for that. Every single module plays out the same way. I don't have this module totally populated because it's a partial week. You'll see when we meet in week 2 that there'll be some in-class assignments and some out-of-class assignments, and I'll explain that stuff in greater detail. But every weekly module will begin with a to-do list. It'll have a breakdown for Monday and Wednesday. There is no Monday this week, so we go straight to Wednesday with an acknowledgement that there is no Monday. So you'll have to be a self-starter and get some stuff done on your own on Wednesday. For example, look over the Start Here, Syllabus, and Help modules. Look at the British Lit reading list. It's not like you have to read everything on there, just look it over. Take the Week 1 quiz, which is about the syllabus and the reading list, and then post to the Week 1 discussion. So let's click on through and look at that quiz and that discussion. Here's the quiz. Now I can't pull it up because I'm a teacher and all the answers will come up, but I will tell you, you get 2 tries at it, and the higher of the 2 grades counts. You get 120 minutes to do it, so why not just pull the syllabus up next to you and use it to guide you. Pull up the reading list next to you and use that to guide you. It's worth 10 points. So I think I think it's somewhere around 7 questions. 120 minutes should be plenty of time to get 7 questions answered, especially because all those questions are going to come from the syllabus and the reading list. So there's your week 1 quiz. You get that thing done by 3:20 on Wednesday. Then you're already watching the week 1 video right now, so you don't have to worry about that. Here's your week 1 discussion. I made it really easy. I just want you to know how to post in a discussion. That way there are no surprises next week. So every single one of my discussions will come with a rubric. So that's probably the best thing to start with. Here's my rubric linked right here. And I will always tell you very clearly what I'm looking for. For this week, I'm checking to see that you posted something about yourself. Either you did or you didn't. It's that simple. So the way to do that, well, let's just make sure everyone knows how to post in a discussion forum. All you have to do this week is look at the rubric, which we just did, and post something about yourself. So come down here, start a new thread. Give it a subject, and post something about yourself. There we go. You can post as much or as little as you want. Hit post. You're done with the discussion forum for the week, and you are ready to move into week 2. So that's everything I have for you this week. We will meet in person in week 2, and I'll go over a lot of this stuff in greater detail. In the meantime, if you have any questions about anything you saw in this video or anything you see in the Start Here or syllabus module or on the reading list, come up here, email me in Brightspace, and I will do my best to clarify.